Day 120, verses 27-28, Beyond Likes and Dislikes. Namaste and welcome to Gita 360. Yesterday, Krishna explained that the divine cannot be confined to any form. The infinite is not hidden from us, but a limited understanding prevents us from recognizing its true nature. Today, Krishna turns our attention inward. If the divine is always present, what is it within us that prevents us from seeing it? O Bharata, O conqueror of foes, all beings are born into delusion, overcome by the confusion arising from attraction and aversion. From the very beginning of life, the mind starts forming likes and dislikes. The Gita calls this Dvandva Moha, the delusion of dualities. This is because a mind operates almost entirely through two basic forces, Ichcha or desire and Dvesha or aversion. We are constantly labeling everything we encounter. We look at a person, a job, a meal, or a moment, and we immediately decide, I want this, or I don't want this. This is good for me, or this is bad for me. This constant sorting splits our world into opposites, pleasure and pain, success and failure, friend and enemy. And we are drawn towards what gives us pleasure and move away from what causes discomfort. We cling to one side and resist the other. At first, these seem like simple preferences, but over time they begin to shape the way we see the world. Gradually, we stop seeing situations as they truly are. We see them through the filter of what we want to happen and what we want to avoid. The Gita says this confusion accompanies every human birth. Unless we become aware of it, our own preferences quietly begin to define our reality. But those whose past wrongs have come to an end through righteous actions, freed from the delusion of opposites, worship me with determination. But the Gita also tells that this condition is not permanent. There is a way out of this confusion of dualities. When one leads a life shaped by punya karmanaha, righteous actions, the mind gradually becomes purified. As we stop living purely for our own immediate gratification, the constant grip of desire and aversion begins to loosen. The storm in our mind begins to quiet down. When we no longer need the world to behave in a specific way to feel okay, the constant pull of attraction and aversion dissolves. For such a person, devotion becomes dridha vrata, firm, steady, and unwavering. The mind that was once scattered in many directions is now able to rest in the divine. If we observe our mind even for just 1 hour, we will see the dual pull of Ichcha and Dvesha constantly at work. We are torn between likes and dislikes, what we want and what we dislike. It is there in the tiny frustrations of daily traffic, the anxiety over an email, the craving for approval, or the irritation with a family member. We are constantly negotiating with life, trying to bend it to our terms. We live with the illusion that if we can just have enough of what we like and eliminate most of what we dislike, we will finally be happy. These thoughts arise so naturally that we rarely notice how much influence they have over us. They affect the way we interpret people, respond to situations, and remember our experiences. Two people can live through the same event and come away with completely different stories because each has seen it through the lens of their own expectations. This is what the Gita is talking about when it says dualities of life. Because the greatest obstacle to seeing with clarity lies in the preferences within us. When the mind is constantly chasing what it likes and resisting what it dislikes, it becomes difficult to see anything as it truly is. Peace is not found by winning the battle between opposites. peace is found by stepping off the battlefield entirely. When we begin to quiet that inner struggle, we stop demanding that life be a certain way. Our inner unrest begins to settle, and our understanding also begins to change. It is this inner clarity that allows devotion to become complete. Thought of the day. Our likes and dislikes quietly shape the way we experience the world. Pause for a moment today and reflect. Is there a preference or aversion that may be preventing me from seeing a person, a situation, or even myself more clearly? Thank you for joining me on Gita 360. May we find the courage to step beyond the dualities of our own minds, moving gradually from the struggle of wanting and resisting towards the steady peace of seeing life as it is.